Okay guys, welcome back after that short break. Let us continue with more sums. So now I'm saying here question 1. Consider a 17-year-old boy. Use the growth chart below to answer the questions that follow. Right, so our focus now is on growth charts. 1a says, find the first and the third quartile length for this boy in centimeters. Now please note, here we work with a growth chart and we basically focus on percentiles, right? So now just a bit of background information stuff that you should know by now. Our first quartile is known as the 25th percentile, and our third quartile is known as the 75th percentile. Okay, so that is key when answering this question. Okay, also important here is we are considering a 70-year-old boy. Okay, now let's look at answering this question. So here is a 17-year-old boy, or the age of this boy. And now, first of all, I'm going to look for the 25th percentile. And remember, I'm working with the length now, the stature of the child, not the weight, because we are saying it must be in centimeters. So therefore, I will look at centimeters, right? And I'll go all the way down, okay? And I'll find the 25th percentile. Remember, that is the first quartile. Here is my 25th percentile. And I want you to work with me, please. Now I will move with the curved line until the point where I intersect with the age of this boy. There is 17 years. Right, I'll be clear. Can we see they meet here? That's where they intersect. Now I'll go to my right-hand side, and I see, okay, the length of this boy is 170 centimeters. I will write this down as the first quartile, as indicated. First quartile, and I just want to do this as well. Remember, first quartile is the 25th percentile, and in this case we see that equals 170 centimeters. Guys, I hope that's clear to you. What else is it that we need to calculate? The third quartile. I indicated third quartile, and let me write it like this. Third quartile, also known as the 75th percentile. Right. Go now, still the same boy, 17 years old. 17 years old, but this time around I'm looking for the 75th percentile. We agree there's the 75th percentile. Again, I move down from the age all the way down, and I move now with a curved line for the 75th percentile until I see where they intersect. We agree they intersect right here. Now I move all the way to my right-hand side. We agree with me that the third quartile, or the 75th quartile percentile for that matter, equals 170 or 187 centimeters. So just to confirm here, our 25th percentile or first quartile is 170 centimeters. Our third quartile or 75th percentile equals 180 centimeters. Quite straightforward, right? Let's look at another question. Question B says, consider 17-year-old males. Use the growth chart to determine the interquartile range weight in kilograms of a 17-year-old male's, right? So remember, how do we determine the interquartile range? Is where we take quartile 3 minus quartile 1. And what, in terms of growth tiles, that is represented by quartile 3? The 75th percentile. Quartile 1 represented by 25th percentile. Again, now, this time around we are working with the weight. We agree. All right. So now we must look for quartile 3, which is our 75th percentile. But note, it's still 17 years. Again, you can either work on top or you can work at the bottom. Right. So I'll start here at the bottom. 17-year-old, right? And we are saying here, we must find quartile 3. I'll start with quartile 3 again this time around. Quartile 3 is what? The 75th percentile. We agree. There's our 75th percentile. Okay, so I'm going to move now and see where will they meet. So therefore, I'm going to move, okay, from 17 years old all the way up. Here is our 75th percentile. We agree. So they meet there. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, so now I will have to move to my right-hand side to see the kilograms, right? So therefore, I'm going to move all the way here. And can we say that is more or less 73 kilograms. So I'm going to say 73 kilograms. Okay, guys, I hope that is clear to you. Now, I must find quartile 1. Quartile 1 is represented by what? The 25th percentile. Good. So there's our 25th percentile. Okay, still the same 17-year-old. So again, I'm going to move all the way up. Here's my 25th percentile. I'm going to move down right where they intersect. Okay, so therefore I'm going to move all the way to my right-hand side. And I'm going to say it's between 55 and 68. Can we say that's more or less around about 58 kilograms? So now I'm going to say 73 minus 58. That will give us an answer of 15 kilograms. So the interquartile range weight in kilograms of 17-year-old males equals 15 kilograms. Guys, I hope that is clear to you. All right, let's look at another question. It says here, consider 17-year-old boy, still the same scenario. Right, we are looking at the growth chart. Now we are saying, question 1C, if this boy was in the 25th percentile for his mass, remember kilograms now, when he was 14 years old, what was his mass in kilograms? Okay, so what are we looking at? We are looking at the 25th percentile, and we're looking at the age of 14 years, right? So that's our two variables, right? So therefore, I'll start, again, it's our weight, mass. I'll start at 14 years. That is, right? What else is important? 25th percentile. So what is it that we have to determine? We need to determine his mass in kilograms, right? So again, we need to find the point where the two meet, where they intersect. So I'm going to start at 14 years all the way up, right? And I will go to 25th percentile, follow the curved line. In this case, I see they meet right here. Okay, so I found the point of intersection. Now I'll move to my right-hand side. And I'll see, okay, there's the kilograms, meaning this boy, when he was 14 years old, for the 25th percentile, he had a weight, or his mass was 45 kilograms. Guys, I hope that is clear to you. So 25th percentile, 14 years old, had a mass of 45 kilograms. Okay, let's look at another question. Guys, again, still the same scenario. This time around, I'm saying, this 17-year-old boy has a 4-year-old brother who has a mass of 45 pounds, lbs, right? In which mass percentile is his brother? Okay, important to note, this time it's pounds, and also it is a 4-year-old. Don't be confused by the 17 years, the 4 years in one question. It's always key to understand what the question is all about. So now I'm looking at 4 years old. Okay, so I'll start here at the bottom. Can you see there's 4 years? We agree. And then we're looking at lbs, at pounds, right? And it says has a mass of 45 pounds. So looking at it, 30, 40, 50, we agree that 45 will be here, between 40 and 50, right? So here's our 4 years. I'll move all the way up with this line, we agree. And then I'll find 45 is here. Okay, so in between, so more or less there. So if I follow that curved line, okay, so let's quickly check where do they meet. They meet here. Now I'm going to follow the curved line and to see in which percentile. And you see, so in this case, we will say in which mass percentile is his brother. So his brother will be in the 95th percentile for his mass. Guys, I hope that is clear to all of you. Okay, guys, let us quickly take a short break. After the break, we'll quickly wrap up of what we've done in today's lesson. See you now.